Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie from Gathered in the Kitchen, and if you guys follow me on social media or on my blog, you know that my house was recently struck by lightning and caught fire. We no longer can live in our house right now, and most of my furniture was deemed a total loss by insurance. However, if you guys are like me and a true DIYer, you can look at damaged furniture and think that it just needs a makeover. So that's exactly what I did with this bookshelf. It was damaged really bad by the fire with rings all over it. So I partnered with Dixie Belle Paint Company to completely make over my shelf so I can use it again while we're in temporary living before we move back into our house. So the products I used were Dixie Belle Boss, which blocks odors, stains, and stops bleed through. And then I covered it in Dixie Belle Antebellum Blue. It's one of their new colors and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful bluish teal color that has such a beautiful sheen to it. I'm just totally smitten with it. I used one of Dixie Belle's chippy brushes and I'll go through all of this in the tutorial video to follow. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi everybody, this is Stephanie from Gathered in the Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I completely made over some shelves that I had in my home prior to my house fire. So as you can see, I have some major staining plus the wood completely stunk like smoke. So I'm going to show you exactly how I made them over to be usable again. So let's get started. I always clean my pieces of furniture with Dixie Belle Paint Company White Lightning Cleaner prior to painting. You just mix a little bit of the crystals into water and wipe it with a lint-free cloth. I then wipe it down really well with clean water and a clean rag to make sure I get all the residue off. To cover the smoky smell on my furniture, I am using Dixie Belle Paint Company Boss. It blocks odors, stains, and stops bleed through. So you can see that I have a lot of stains on this stand because of the fire. Well, I'm covering it with Boss and it completely will cover over it clearly, and then when I paint it, you will not see these stains, the bleed through at all. Also, it will block all of the odors completely. Once you're done using this, you just wash it with soap and water. Allow it to dry for about 1 hour. If your pieces are really damaged, go ahead and apply 2 coats, allowing 1 hour in between each coat to dry. Once I had my piece completely covered in Boss and let it dry for a couple hours, it was time to choose a paint color. I knew I wanted to do a blue tone color, but I wasn't sure which one. So on the left is Dusty Blue, and on the right is a new color, Antebellum Blue. I essentially went with Antebellum Blue. When painting furniture pieces, I like to use the wet method. So as you can see, I have my paint and I have a water bottle that I actually cut down and filled with a little bit of water. I dip my paintbrush in the water just a little bit and then I shake it out to remove any excess water. Then I dip my paintbrush back in my paint and start painting. This is called the wet method, and the reason I do this is because chalk paint is actually very thick, and by using the wet method, it helps spread out the paint and make a little bit go a lot farther than it would if you weren't using the wet method. Okay, so while I go ahead and paint this piece, let me explain to you guys why I really love Dixie Belle paint and why I choose to use Dixie Belle on all of the pieces of furniture that I choose to paint. So Dixie Belle paint is a chalk mineral paint that's actually non-toxic, it has no VOCs, and its adhesive qualities are designed to eliminate the need to sand your pieces prior, prime your pieces, and also to scrape your pieces. So none of that is necessary before you can start painting. All you do is clean your furniture piece and start painting away. I really love that because I tend to like to choose the easy way when it comes to doing DIY projects, especially if I want to make a difference really quickly before I have to start taking care of my kids or going to pick them up from school. So I love Dixie Belle paint because it's so easy to use and it's a very, very durable paint. It's also very economical and affordable. These little jars run about anywhere from about $9 on up, but the paint will last for a very long time. That little container of paint that I had in the picture there, that will paint several pieces of furniture. I have painted several dressers with one little container of paint. I absolutely love this paint, and I will make sure to link these products in the comments as well as over on my blog. Once I was done painting my piece, I let it sit and dry for about 2 hours. Then I brought it inside and started decorating my piece right away. You do not have to use wax or glazes to go over top of your paint. That's one of the reasons I absolutely love Dixie Belle. It's a durable paint but doesn't require extra work. I will post the product links to this paint in the comments, and head on over to my blog at gatheredinthekitchen.com for more great tutorials. Thanks, guys.